This podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. We may be a comic duo, but we take mental health very serious. BetterHelp is the world's largest therapy service and is completely online. BetterHelp is a network with over 30,000 licensed and experienced therapists who can help you with a wide range of issues. To get started, answer a few questions, and BetterHelp can match you with the right therapist from their network.
You can message your therapist at any time and schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. If your therapist isn't the right fit for any reason, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you get the same professionalism and quality you expect from in-office therapy, but with a therapist who is custom-picked for you, more scheduling flexibility, and at a more affordable price. Get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/amp. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/amp.
Hey, good morning. Let's talk about getting through a tough day when nothing seems right. For example, and this is obviously not the extreme, many people have things going on, but I am upstairs in my sitting room where sometimes I record, so if it sounds a little bit different or you hear the heater running, it's because it's freezing up here and I'm not in the studio downstairs in the basement. So, number one, it's super cold out. I hate the winter. I have the winter blues right now. I think I've been expressing that the past few episodes that I'm really trying to just get through here. I loved that there was sun yesterday. Even though it was super, super cold out, I walked outside and got some vitamin D. It really was a quick 15 minutes of freezing, but getting that sun on my face, which is amazing. Anyway, so I'm upstairs because we have a sitting room up here. Downstairs in the basement is our actual recording area, but my husband's working right now, so I didn't want to bother him. So we have this cute little couch up in our sitting room, and it has a table that's attached to the couch so that you can put like a drink there once you sit down. Well, I did the opposite. I put my full cup of coffee on the table and then sat down on the couch and spilled my coffee everywhere. So that was the start, 4:30, 5 a.m. before I started recording here, before I get ready for work. So I was like, oh, cool, brand new couch. We have pretty much white carpet throughout our house. And yeah, so I had to clean that up. My daughter came in, she was like, you spilled your coffee. I had not even noticed. It was just sitting there in a puddle. And now my computer keeps restarting for apparently no reason. It's not giving me any reason. It just shuts down. So who knows? I could be talking right now and it could be shut down. It's not getting hot or anything. So that's the start of my morning. And then I have a pretty busy day. And I've had a pretty busy and a little bit of a stressful couple weeks. I actually woke up this morning and breathed in and breathed out and thought, oh, okay, I feel a little bit better. But the past couple weeks, I feel like I haven't been able to take a deep breath in. My chest was hurting. I was stressed out. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So let's talk about it. If you're listening right now, maybe today isn't going your way. Maybe the past 2 weeks, maybe the past month, maybe there's a medical concern, maybe there's a relationship concern, maybe something's going on, right? You woke up late, everything feels heavy, whatever that may be. Maybe it's just one of those days where the universe seems to have it out for you, and maybe you just feel like giving up. Don't. We do all get it. There is someone there for you. Reach out to somebody. We've had those days where nothing feels right, where the tiniest things can set us off. I had that last week because I told my husband, I don't think I can handle one more phone call with someone wanting me to help them or want to share something with me or, I don't know. It was just one of those weeks where I was just like, I don't think I can pile anything up. I felt like I was wading through mud or the ocean was against me. It was building resilience on me. A perfect example is sometimes I'm a runner, and sometimes when I go out, I feel like the wind is at my back, right? And I'm light and I'm running. I'm like, wow, this is a great few miles. I feel like I could go on forever. And then some days, I feel like my legs are so heavy, and it's like every step is like I'm stepping through the mud. I'm wading through the mud. I'm pushing up against the ocean waves. It's just... And that's life too, right? Sometimes you just feel like you're up against everything and you're just trying to make it through. So I want to talk about that. Let's talk about getting through a day that's just not it. We're not going to pretend that everything is fine, but we're going to find small, very small, real ways to keep moving forward without completely losing our minds, okay? So first, we're just going to sit. We're just going to acknowledge the struggle. Bad days, bad weeks, bad months, hard moments happen. And the worst part is when you're in the middle of one, your brain loves to make it worse. It starts stacking every little thing on top of each other. Does this sound familiar? Ugh, of course I spilled my coffee. Of course I hit every red light. Of course my boss emailed me again when I just needed 5 minutes to breathe. It feels like life is personally attacking you, right? It all just comes in. And when that happens, our bodies react, right? Our chest gets tight. Oh, I had that for the past 2 weeks. Your jaw clenches. Open your mouth right now. Just relax. Just relax your face. Relax your mouth. Maybe you don't even realize that you're clenching your jaw. Take a deep breath. Maybe you don't even realize your chest is getting tight because you're just constantly feeling that way. Roll your shoulders back. Maybe you're kind of, we protect our chest and we protect our core when we're stressed. So maybe roll your shoulders back. Put your chest high. Maybe you feel exhausted, even though it's only 9 a.m. Maybe it's only noon when you're listening. Your mind is screaming, I cannot with this day. We've been there. We've all been there. I feel like we've all been there, and we get it. If you're in it right now, take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out through your mouth, whatever you need to do. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Let's just take a minute to breathe. Okay, here's the truth. The day might not magically turn around. Okay, it might not. The past 2 weeks for me, I was like, today's going to be a good day. I woke up, I'm like, today's going to be a good... Nope. My mind was clouded. My brain was just... It was just mush, right? Let's just try and make it a little bit easier for ourselves. Give yourself some credit for getting through these days, right? It just starts with finding one thing to reset, even if it's for a second. Like maybe you just took a breath right now while we paused. Maybe you rolled your shoulders back. Maybe you just cleared your mind for a minute. Maybe you closed your eyes and you were quiet for a minute. If you're driving, obviously don't close your eyes. Let's find the smallest reset. When everything feels like it's going wrong, zoom in. Zoom in. Instead of fixing your entire day, ask yourself, what's the next small thing I can do to make this moment suck a little less? Maybe that means standing up and stretching your arms over your head. Maybe it means drinking some water because your brain is short-circuiting and you forgot to hydrate. Maybe it means texting a friend something ridiculous just to laugh for a second. Send a meme. Small resets, tiny shifts. As a parent, as a young parent with my kids when they were younger, obviously I have adult kids now. Or if you didn't know, I have adult kids now. They're out of college. When they were little and they would do something or something would upset them, I would reset them. I would redirect them somewhere else. All I would do is basically just flip them to something else. And it was a small reset. They stopped worrying about what was happening, why they were crying or what they were doing, even if they were being naughty, right? Maybe they were getting into a drawer or something. I would pretend to turn them around and go do and turn them around and then maybe put them in another room and all of a sudden they were like, oh, cool, toy, shiny object, right? Small reset. We almost have to do that as adults. If you're focusing on the real negative thing, turn yourself around and just zoom in on something else. If your mind is spiraling, I can't say that word, spiraling. There we go. Let's talk about shifting your story. If your inner dialogue is saying, this day is the worst, just pause for a moment. Just pause for a moment. Don't fight it. Don't gaslight yourself. Just tweak it a little. Zoom in. Maybe say to yourself, this moment is tough, but I can handle it. Or this is a shit day. This is a bad day, but it's not a bad life. Maybe it's not a bad week. Maybe it's not a bad month. Maybe it's just a bad day. Words matter. Anything you speak out of your mouth, your ears are going to hear it and they're going to bring it into your brain. Okay, so this is a bad day. It's not a bad life. It's not a bad week. It's not a bad month. This moment is tough, but clearly I can handle it because here it is in front of me. Zoom in on something small. Anything. Think about the 5 things. You probably have top 5 things that you have to get done today. Zoom in on the smallest one and get that one done. You'll feel accomplished and then go on to the next ones. Words matter. The way you talk to yourself can either throw you deeper into a spiral or can help you climb out of it. Goodness, I have a mutual friend on the socials and every single post is negative. Every single day, I think she wakes up and says, this is the worst day. And then the next day, this is the worst, but doesn't do anything about it. If you're listening right now, you are someone that wants to do something about it. You want to choose the next right thing. All right, so we breathed, we zoomed in on one thing, we shifted our story, but now what? Now we focus on just the next right thing. Not the whole day, not the entire to-do list, just one small thing. We zoomed in on one thing. Whatever that is. Oh my goodness, I had to send an email that I did not want to send. I did it at 4 a.m. this morning, just sent it off, and guess what? It's done. Now the ball's in their court. Now I wait. But it was such a breather for me to just get it over with. I almost wish I would have done it last night, but I had worked I think I worked like 16 hours yesterday, and I was just done. And I didn't want to send off anything in error because I was tired. So I just naturally woke up at 4 a.m. And the first thing I thought of after my gratitude was, let me send this email off real quick, and then I can go record. I can have my cup of coffee. I can spill my coffee. I can record, and then I'll go back to the computer at 5:30, and here we go again. Small wins, right? So now what's the next thing? I just did that, right? I just did that this morning. Send off the email. Go have a cup of coffee. Go sit and record. Fight with my computer because it kept freaking restarting 5,000 times. Okay, like 2, but still, it felt like it. But I'm getting it done now, right? And now my next thing is I'm going to get ready. I'm going to go to the office. I have a meeting this afternoon. It's small. Zoom in, small. Ask yourself this: what would future me be grateful for right now? I'm grateful that I sent that 4 a.m. email because it's done. Now they have to answer me back and then we go on. Would future me be grateful if I stepped outside for some air? Oh gosh, that's easy, right? And here in the Midwest, go freeze your nose hairs off because it's freaking -30 or -20 right now. That'll wake up your system. Go step outside and breathe some really super cold air if you're in the Midwest. If you're warm, go enjoy the sun. Go enjoy the warm breeze. Don't make me jealous by telling me anything. Would future me appreciate if I ate something that didn't come out of a vending machine? Oh, healthy. Healthy. That's hard, right? Sometimes I'm on my way home and I just need a grilled cheese and fries from Culver's. Yep, that happens at least once a week. I'm going to admit it. And then I get done, I'm like, I probably should just have an apple for dinner. Would future me feel better if I just put my phone down, my computer down for 5 minutes and stopped doom scrolling? Put it down. Forget about the news. You don't need it. Right? Just put everything down. Take 5 minutes. Walk away from everything. It probably feels weird. For me, it feels weird. I have noticed that I walk around my house and automatically my phone's in my hand. Why? Why do I do that? As a matter of fact, I'm looking around right now. I think I left it downstairs, but I was like, oh, where is it? Yikes. No doom scrolling. Get off the socials. Get off the news, especially. It's tiny choices, low effort wins. Because you know what? Right now, you might not be able to give high effort. You might be like, I cannot. Last week I was like that. I'm like, I cannot do it anymore. So just do the next right thing. What feels good for you? Think about it right now. What is one thing that you can get done right at this second that will make you feel better? It will help future you. And then you can move on to the next challenging thing. Think about it. What's the next thing that you're going to do? Small. Take a walk. Take a breather. Send that email. Take a shower. Call that friend. Text that person. What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about that you need to just be like, okay, I'm going to let that go because I'm going to send it off. The ball's in their court now, and now I'm going to go on to the next thing. Right? Here's the deal. Some days just suck. They suck. And you don't have to pretend that they don't. But you get to decide how you move through them. You get to decide your day. It's your reaction. Maybe you have a tough coworker and you got to have a meeting with them. Take a deep breath. Write all your notes down. Be ready for anything. Just be ready. Don't be nervous. Don't be anxious about it because you have all your notes. Maybe you built your deck. Maybe your mindset is, I know that I'm the subject matter expert of this project. Nothing that they say is going to affect me. That's your reaction, right? You don't have to solve everything. If, speaking of, you're in that meeting and they start asking questions, you can say, hey, you know what? Send me a note on that. Send me a note on that. I'll get those answers for you. And then you just let it go. Let them reply with whatever they need with any questions. It doesn't matter who it is. Bosses, managers, team members, colleagues. If you say, I don't know that answer, but I'm going to get you that answer, why don't you just email me a recap of what you're looking for? Puts the ball in their court. It gives you 5 minutes. And then when you're ready, you can answer them back. You don't have to feel amazing by the end of the day. You just have to keep going. Keep going through the mud, through the ocean, through the whatever it is. If you're feeling heavy, just keep going. You don't have to feel amazing at the end of the day, but zoom in on one thing. Get one thing done so that you can focus on that when you're about ready to go to sleep. If all else fails, just make it to bedtime. Because you know what? Sun's going to rise tomorrow. Hopefully. It's a little cloudy here today. And I promise tomorrow will feel different. It will. Because you know what? You're going to zoom in on something else then. Because it's going to be something different. It's going to be something good that you're going to focus on. So listen, if today is rough, I just want you to remember this. You survived 100% of that bad day. You survived 100% of all your bad days. You are absolutely doing better than you think. If you're thinking to yourself, I can't, no, you are. Because you know what? You're listening to this. You're listening to this. You're allowing me to talk, and you're allowing to get yourself better. You're zooming in on one thing that you're going to do today for the positive. And no matter how hard today is, you will get through it. That's it. That's the episode. If this resonated with you, let me know. Email me. anxietymakesmepoop@gmail.com. Send a message. Share it with someone who you think needs it. And take care of yourself today. You deserve it. You deserve it. Talk to you next time.